Good morning, day 157, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and working pantry food. So, today is a very strange day. It's supposed to be 87. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's very windy. Kind of looks like potential tornado weather. But anyway, we'll forge ahead, and hopefully we won't end up in Kansas with Toto and Dorothy. So I just went out and took a little look at my garden, and things are growing at a really good rate. So hopefully the hot weather won't kill them off today, because I did want to do some more planting, but I don't know, we'll see. It really looks like rain, although there's no rain in the forecast. So who knows? I don't know. We have to be flexible. It's not like I don't have enough to do inside. I could start hanging up my shelves, but then I would have another mess started. I'm trying to be a little organized about my craziness, for lack of a better term. But that doesn't always happen. So the plan is I need to put away a lot of laundry that I washed that I haven't put away yet. And I need to plant my seeds, because I have seeds like sugar baby watermelon I want to get in, and some calendulas, and I still have to plant my little towers. So lots of work to do, plus I also have to start on my deck, and now that I have that pallet that I garbage picked, I have to figure out what to do with that. So I'm always doing a project here and there, but in a lot of ways it keeps me busy and it keeps me from getting bored, because I think life would be very boring if we didn't have a lot of things going on. Although I do know people that say, I don't have anything to do. That's never been my lifestyle, so I can always think of something to do. But anyway, if you're a person that doesn't have anything to do, let me know your tips and tricks, because I could use a little less to do. And I know a lot of my work, in fact all of my work, most of my work is self-created. So, but when you're a creative person, your creative mind is always thinking about creating something, whether that's your hobby or whatever it is. That's the way it works. So anyway, I will be back in a little bit with something else, either breakfast or some project I'm up to. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are doing, what you're working on, or, are you kind of person that always has things to do, or are you extremely organized and you don't have things to do? So let's start a conversation, and we can exchange ideas. Some of us that have too much to do can get ideas from those of you that don't have a lot to do, and vice versa. All right, I'll be back in a little while. Planted a tiny Tim tomato. I figured this would be a good place for it to grow. I had 2 of them in one pot in my arrow garden, and they would not have survived there. So I separated them and stuck this one right there. I think I'm going to plant some lettuces in here along with it. My Meyer lemon is starting to green up since I brought it out. Hopefully I'll get some lemons and help it survive the winter, but we'll see. I may have to get a little grow tent. My mojito elephant ear is doing okay, and I'm going to eat my first strawberry. Okay, I'm trying not to kill anything here. Alright, first strawberry. There it goes. And I hope it's tasty. Not the prettiest strawberry, but lots and lots of blossoms on there. This is still doing well. And I just love these petunias. Alright, garden is doing okay. Here's another elephant ear coming up. And I'm thinking of putting my palette over here and staining it dark like the deck, because this will be a water feature, and then maybe I can plant some plants in there. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, well, going back in, I have got to plant these potato slips. They're just not being happy here. Alright, I'll be back later. No idea what kind of strawberry this is, but I'm going to taste it. Very yummy. It's not super sweet, it's a little tart, but that's okay. Probably if I would leave it on there longer, but I'm afraid the chipmunks will get it. And I really wanted to eat this. All right. I was watching another YouTube channel, don't remember which one it was, but she would eat her strawberries and then there's always seeds up here. She'd stick them back in the soil. So I'm going to try that. If all those strawberries ripen. Nothing like a fresh strawberry off the vine. If you don't have a garden and you have a window, you could get some hanging strawberries. Breakfast, day 157. I'm going to try and keep things simple today because I'd like to get out in my garden. The 90-degree day has turned into a super cloudy day, but that could change. So I'm going to have some of this rye bread. And there's 3 slices left that needs to be eaten. And I'm going to make a toasted cheese sandwich. And I'm going to make it with this American cheese. And those are big slices, so I think I'm going to take 3 slices of bread. And I'm trying to cook down my refrigerator too, along with the freezer, so that I can have room for fresh things. I have lots of eggs. I may hard boil some of those for a later meal. I'm not sure. I have no produce left except for a rutabaga and 1 apple. So I might have, no, I have 2 apples. So I might have an apple with my sandwich. So I have 1 apple and 1 rutabaga left. And I have onions and potatoes, and that's it. And then I have this little bit of chopped up celery and various greens from the other day. I have a hot dog here that needs to be eaten and a couple of little mini pepper. So I'll probably eat this as a salad later just to get rid of it. But yeah, I'm trying to use up my refrigerator food before I go shopping for some fresh produce and see what's in the freezer. All right, I will be back and I'll meet you at the stove. All right, well, I have my bread, and this bread needs to be eaten. It's starting to get dry. So I have 1 slice left, and I'll eat that later or tomorrow. How do you guys do your toasted cheese? Do you put the butter in the pan and then the sandwich? Or do you do it like I do it and butter your bread and then put it in the pan? Inquiring minds want to know. So leave me a comment below and let me know how you make your toasted cheese sandwiches. So this is probably enough to fill me up with this and the apple. But we'll see, because I have other things to eat too. So, yeah, I'm trying to cook down the food in my freezer, or in my refrigerator too, so I have room for some fresh things. And then I'm going to try and limit it to what I buy. I'm not going to go do a massive shop. And like I said, I want to try and use up some of my frozen produce along with my potatoes before I go buy the fresh produce. And then I'll wait and see what comes up on the Flash Food app. And I know some of you are saying you don't have that available in your area, but it's a really nice thing to have. But we don't have a lot of the grocery stores that you have out in California and stuff like that. We don't have, the only discount we have, I think we have Save-A-Lot, but there's none around me. Mark's, of course, but even Mark's has gotten expensive, along with Aldi's. Since they redid their stores, they aren't as cheap anymore as they used to be. So, but, and then we have, of course, Giant Eagle, and that is not a discount store. And we also have Heinen's, and Heinen's is kind of more a high end. Of course, there's Trader Joe's, and we have, what's it, Fresh Time we have. But, I mean, they have produce and things on sale, but there again, it's not close to where I live. It's not super far away, but not that close. So, we don't have grocery outlet or anything like that here. But anyway, I'm going to make my toasted cheese and peel my apple, and I'll be back when I get it done. Okay, so here's a very simple breakfast this morning so that I can get to my gardening. Just a toasted cheese on marble rye and an apple. All right, I'll be back later. Okay, I made some progress on my deck. So I moved my lemon tree over here, and I started to sweep up the mess. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. It's very windy. And I had this little spitter out in the garage. And I have this in here, so I have baby birds, and I don't want them to fall in here and drown. So I just put that in there so they can land on top of there. So anyway, I got some of this cleaned up. Wow, it's windy. So, and then I worked a little bit on the garden. I zip tied all these things together, and this is a climbing rose that I attached, and I need to spray paint all this yet. So, so I got all that done, and I did a little bit over there, and this planter I want to spray paint black because it sticks out like a sore thumb being white. So I got that done. I didn't plant too much today, and now I'm tired and I'm going to make some dinner. So I have baby birds up there, and I can't spend too much time up here on the deck because then Mama Bird won't come and feed them. She gets scared. So I have to be careful of that. All right, let's go in and make some dinner. All right, let's see what's for dinner. Day 157. My refrigerator is looking pretty empty, and that's just the way I want it for now. I still have some of this spinach dip. It's been hanging around forever. And I want to make some sort of a pasta dish with that. And I also want to finish up this little bit of salsa. So that's going in there. And I have one hot dog left. So I'm going to eat that. I'm going to do a clean out the refrigerator thing here. This is salad and arugula and celery and half a pepper, so I'm going to also do something with that. And then I have this little bit of coleslaw left. It's too much for one meal, but I'm going to have that. And then once I put everything together, I'm going to cook some pasta. And once I put everything together, I'm going to taste it, and if I have to, I will add more cheese or milk or something. All right, let's see what's in the freezer. So in the freezer here, I have this taquito meat. I'm going to put that in there, and I have these little Impossible meatballs, so put a little protein in with the pasta. And then, like I said, I want to start using up my frozen produce. So I think I'm going to add some peas. All right, I will meet you at the stove, and we'll put together this meal fit for Frankenstein. In here I have the meatballs and the taquito meat. So I'm going to stick that in the microwave. And I'm going to make some elbow pasta. I added the little bit of salsa to the spinach dip, and it tastes good. And then I'm going to add some peas at the last minute to the pasta water, because like I said, I want to start using up some of my frozen veggies so they don't get too old. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to cook this up and put it together. Alright, I put together my salad, and I just chopped up whatever I had left over. There's celery in there. There's a little bit of arugula from my indoor garden, some olives. I had some vegan feta that I stuck in there, some pepitas, and some Italian dressing. So I think that looks really tasty. And now I'm finishing cooking up the pasta, and I decided not to have the hot dog because that'll last till tomorrow, and I can eat that tomorrow along with the coleslaw, because this is plenty and I wanted to use up all my greens. So let me give this a taste. Almost done. I chopped up all the vegetarian meat. That's going to be going in here. Then I mixed this all up, and I had a teeny tiny bit of this Follow Your Heart blue cheese left that I wanted to use up. So I stuck that in with the with that too. And I'll let you know if it's good, but I'm going to add some peas to this. So we have some more vegetables, and peas also have protein. So I'm going to add some peas. If you don't like peas, leave them out. If you do like peas, put them in. So I'm just going to let those cook for a minute or two. And then I'm going to add the grounds and the sauce. And hopefully it's good. And if it's not good, I'll definitely tell you. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, the pasta is ready. And so is everything else. So I'm going to add the grounds. And I think that'll give it a good flavor. Now this meat was seasoned a little bit, so tastes good. So if you have pasta and cheese and frozen veggies, you can mix and match almost anything and come up with a delicious meal. Now this is going to be enough for me with the salad for at least 2 or 3 meals. So I'm going to put the sauce in. Ooh, hot. But I'm going to heat this up a little first. Okay. So this is hot, and I'm going to add that to the pasta, and I used up a lot of things that normally would get thrown away. And of course I always keep the glass jars. So not everybody does, but I do because I use them to store things. And this looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to mix this up and plate it up, and then I'll show you. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of green onion. I still have green onions left. I also added some to my salad. And I'm just going to top this with a little green onion. Well, that looks pretty good, I think, don't you? So let me give it a taste, and I will give you an honest review. But if you have a little of this and a little of that, turn it into a casserole. You can't go wrong. It's nutritious, it's filling, and it's a good way to use up any leftovers of this and that. Any sauces you have, salsas, dips, any of that you can throw into a casserole. Alright, let's give it a try. You guys, that is really good. That is really, really good. I would even buy these ingredients and make this again. The salsa gives it just a tiny bit of a kick. Now I use mild salsa. If you like a little hotter, you can use that. Whatever you like. The seasoned grounds, they have their own flavor that melts very well with this. This is really good. Alright, I'm going to have another bite. So use up what you have. If you have little schnibbles of this and little schnibbles of that, create a casserole. Alright, I'm going to enjoy my dinner, and I'll be back. It's the end of another day, and I'm tired. It was a lot of cleaning up, and I have a big huge garbage bag full of stuff, and as things wear out, I'm not replacing them. Well, at least not most things. So just trying to downsize things a little bit. And I have everything I need. I have everything I need for my garden. I have everything I need for my house. The only other thing that I do is I'll buy something for fun every now and then, but I really have everything I need. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.